Good morning, America. This is Dr. Cherry from the Arid Zone. We're going to start this video with some really bad news that transpire in the south of France, in Nice. This is just next door to where my family actually resides. So my heart goes to, of course, the victims and the families. But this is sad. This is sad. And what's even more sad is a few days ago, I was on David Young radio show in the UK, and I warned him. I gave him the dates, and I said, be ready for terrorist attack. And I hope the FBI is not listening to your show, because I don't want them to come back. Remember, I predicted two terrorist attack over the years, and that brought the FBI in my house twice. So I just wanted to let you know the proof is there. All you have to do once you're done listening to this YouTube video, click on the link. It's live, and listen to my words and listen to the date. It's there. This doesn't mean, of course, that all the young envious soul will accept the reality of my UFO predictive legacy, but this is what it is. What's interesting is, if you have listened to me many times, I mentioned that the reptilius have created every single religion on the planet because religion produces chaos. And it is not an accident for this young, immature, infected, reptilius infected religious fanatic to go and kill people in a church. How more precise can I be? How more real can I be when I tell you the reptilians created all religion because it brings a hell of a lot of conflict, hell of chaos, hell of death, and this is how those entities can survive in dark matter with chaos, fear, ignorance, and death. Again, I'm well ahead of time for normal people, rational people, including the scientific community, the FBI, and the police to take me seriously. But you know what? This is why you come and listen to those videos. So obviously, the shocking windows is now melting into the deadly plutonic windows. So you have the quatrains, okay? You have the date starting right now, all the way up to the next few days. Be ready. Death, drama, secret, Russia, the FBI, sex, secret to come to light, wake up calls, name it. It's all coming. So it is always important for you to go back to this newsletter, because I have to catch up with the news to prove to you the type of energy we're in. So go back to the newsletter a few times and then look at what I'm going to add once my vision sudden enough, as always, transpire. So the quatrain is very clear. Hidden sex, secret money come to light, raw power challenges police, deadly villain, ugly face of death, drama, horror surface, net human, religion, bloody 40 reigns, because this is the red carpet, the golden gate of the reptilius who resides on planet Pluto. Okay, so there is also the do's and don'ts. Is critical for you to click on the do's and don'ts, because life does not stop. We know that the news repeat themselves, like the weather never stops. So your life's not going to stop because of my windows, but you need to be prepared. So let's say if you can choose, you decide to go on holiday some places. If you can choose, well, avoid those windows. And if you cannot, because you know the majority of people don't care about the cosmic code jurisdiction or the first FBI cosmic cop, Dr. Cherry. They don't care about my warnings, but you do. Okay, and that makes a difference between being smart or an idiot, literally. If you don't respect the rules created by God himself through his immaculate cosmic design, you are going to pay the penalty, period. So the idea is If you have to go, at least be prepared, because this is just a matter of time before you land on one of this negative window and in one of your 2020 or 2021 negative cosmic biorhythm, and then goodbye. And it's happening all the time. So let's look at the news. Okay. Outlaw country songwriter Billy Joe Shaver dead at 81. Again, famous death. Another one, Super Bowl champ Colts receiver dies at 85. This is what I want to see. 81, 85. That is a beautiful, long, successful life. Okay. And when I see kids dying because of drugs, because of ignorance, because of gang endeavors, because of stupidity, because of religion, God knows what, that's what really pisses me off. So again, the key word here is famous death. There is more coming. Okay, what else do we have? Former Miss America dead at 49, reportedly suffered a head injury a week ago during my negative cosmic biorhythm. And during her cosmic biorhythm, and during one of my SOS to the world shocking deadly window, this lady fell and she died during the deadly window, put it this way. So again, you know, my heart goes to this young woman. 49 is young, it's very young. I mean, I'm 70. That means 20 years ago, and there's a lot of things you could do in 20 years. This is why I hope to stay alive another 15 years and keep guiding you and helping you and growing in understanding the cosmic code and how God speaks to his children. Because you are nothing else than child of the universe. As mentioned many times, much more than dead. You know, those stars are more than dead rock hanging out there, and you're more than just bone, flesh, and nerve. You are a very powerful human being. You have a lot of power of creation in you. And my mission is to help you to understand that, because the future is nothing else than the reincarnation of the thoughts. You have heard me. Okay, so be careful what you think, what you wish, and be cautious to work in harmony, okay, with the cosmic code. So this way you live a long life. There's a lot of things that my wife and I, we discuss sometimes. Should we go there? Should we do that? This and that. We look at the stars and say, bad weather. Why would I take my ship, okay, in the middle of the ocean when I know there's going to be a hurricane? And you know, all hurricanes have been predicted well before their formations, okay? But again, if you're not a cosmic coder or a supporting Patreon, how are you going to know? And that's the difference between somebody curious and smart and an idiot, basically. All right. It'll be a time in the future when the age of Aquarius kicks in, the majority of human beings will be cosmic conscious, okay? They will not just look at their physical calendar, okay? And maybe the president of those future generations, which will be completely and entirely cosmic conscious, will tell you, be careful. We are now moving into a Plutonic window, so the reptilius are going to become really active, okay? Or maybe some of the head in the scientific community will realize that, you know what, there is much more in the stars than sending little robots out there. But then that's in the future. It will happen in time. I'm just starting that new age exploration with you. It's a great voyage. That's why you're in it with me in these videos. So what else do we have here? Identity of anonymous Trump critic has been revealed. Secret to light. Hello. I didn't know this guy was going to become public, but he came public during this window. When I tell you a secret comes to light. Again, remember, I don't predict anything. I understand those energy and how they produce the news and how they can affect you particularly, okay? So that you don't pay the heavy price. All right, secret to light. As a YouTuber video has a racist confrontation that led to an Arizona man's arrest and firing. Again, secret to light. Some of these people are stupid. They do something which is illegal, criminal, and they go and put it on YouTube or on Facebook. How more stupid can you be? But that's what the reptilians do. They use the ego, they use the evil side of yourself, they use, and you don't think straight when you're reptilius infected. Your mind is all about being negative, about wanting to destroy, wanting to put some spit on a beautiful painting, wanted to stick a knife into a person, or again destroy. That's the essence of an infected person. Mentally or physically, this person wants to do evil because that person is working for the dark force, and most of the time, okay, completely and entirely oblivious of the reptilius effect. This is why I get thumb down, because those idiots just love being negative. They cannot relate to me. They hate my guts. They hate my accuracy, and they work for darkness. They are now part of this negative, dark energy, black matter, which is the blood, so to speak, of those reptilians who need and enslave those idiots. And regardless how much I try to tell them, go and watch my video on Amazon Prime, understand what the ETs, the good and the bad, are doing, and then apply your will and work for love, for light, and for the draconis, not the draconians. Okay, the draconians are coming from the constellation of Draco. Do not mingle the draconis and the draconians, which are part of the reptilians or the reptilians, whatever you want to call them. Okay, there's only two groups, millions of names, but good and bad. That's the idea. That's the essence. You need to be objective if you want to build your cosmic awareness. What else do we have? The Connor stars, Michael Fishman breaks silence on son's overdose. Secrets to light. Again, same old story. This is not a surprise. Rich and famous, and those kids don't have to work. They don't have any drive. So what do? They're bored. They've been to all those parties, meeting more infected idiots, wealthy, privileged, select moron who have too much time and too much money. What do? They get bored. They don't regenerate. So they take drugs or they do something stupid and they die. And another wasted life, reptilius effect. All right, let's see what we have. Well, a Smallville actress invited co-star to sex cult before arrest. Oh my God. Again, very rich people. They are totally infected. The goodies of the reptilius is all about greed, sex, money, power, ego, name it. It's all over you. It's all over with the people even that are very close to you. They're infected. They don't regenerate, and nobody is there to teach them or to tell them, for that matter. So there you go. The keyword sex is pretty obvious in the very obvious keywords that are generated with the quatrain. Sisters charged for allegedly stabbing security guard after being told to wear a mask. Talk about dramatic news. You see what an infected people do? Or you're not going to tell me what to do. You're not going to tell me I'm my own boss. Okay, I don't want to lose my right. That is how a crétin, how a moron think. He doesn't think. Those two idiot sisters have a huge ego. God knows what they have been listening to, conspiracy and fear, or losing their control. The government's going to take over, send them to concentration camp. There's so much junk going on out there that is generated by the reptilians who infect the mind of those writers and those talking heads and the conspiracy talking heads. Okay, so be aware. Now, those two girls obviously have somehow fears. That's what it is, fear. Okay, and then they should have fears because conspiracy are real at the same time. Okay, you don't throw the water with the baby. Okay, I'm not stupid. I understand that, but what I'm trying to say is, think of the grandmother. You're going to scream, you're going to spit, if you may be infected, maybe not, but you may be. And if you are a poor old lady who's just telling you to wear your mask, you're going to beat the shit out of her. What's wrong with you? Show your humanistic side. show your intelligence, show your drive to help others, your compassion, show your integrity to work for the group. You are part of a group of human beings, okay? Use your logic, use your feeling, and understand that when you fight, when you stab and scream and spit, whatever it is, you are dealing with a real freaking virus that has killed so many people. And I'm telling you again, it's just the beginning, okay? I know if you look at the newsletter, the title will tell you when this virus will be over, okay? May 2022, okay? And how do I know? How do I know? Oh, wow, it's going to be in May 2022, Dr. Cherry. How do I know? Because the same exact cosmic winds, the same exact dragon location was in place during the Spanish virus. You remember? In many years ago, there was such a thing of the Spanish flu that killed millions of people. Do you think it's an accident for the same type of cosmic wind to be in place? It's mathematics. It's just mathematics. And I use mathematics. I don't use just logic. Read the newsletter because there is so much details. Oh, lady. My little dog is warning me, and she is warning you. Remember, there are no accidents. It's like there was a show on Fox News, because I watch both Fox and CNN. I like to get information from both sides, okay, positive and negative. And then that lady was saying, oh, well, apparently she was supporting the president and there's big numbers. And all of a sudden, the lights went off just for a fraction of a second. And she noticed it. Oh, the lights went off. You see, these people are so educated. They are so rational. They are so down to earth. Okay. They're so into their own world. They completely and entirely have forgotten to read the sign or to understand what's an omen. That the light went off. That means that President Trump has not support whatsoever from the light. What is the light? The light is the stars. They came off. So they switched. It's a warning. But people haven't been trained to read omens. They only see their physical, rational life through their 5 limited human senses. It's just absolutely terrible not to pay attention to the superconscious in time and space. And those educated idiots should put their hand on my book, Beyond the Secret, and start to learn about paying attention to omens, because they are very real. Again, the only reason where Trump will be reelected is if the Russians, like they did in 2016, regardless of what your conspiracy stuff is all about, interfere. But the stars are completely against it. So it's going to be really, really obvious. No, get out of here. You're not fitted. You're a liar, you're a cheater, and you're a racist. And that is your stars, Mr. President. Again, regardless how many times I've told Trump supporters not to harass me, I'm an astrologist, they still don't get it. They're not smart enough. They're not intelligent enough. They're not advanced enough spiritually to realize that I have to be talking the truth by reading the stars. And the stars don't lie. And you will see in time, it's going to be a cat. Get out of here. Obvious. However, this man does not know, because his ego is so freaking huge. Okay, he does not know when to quit, and he's stimulating his base who have machine gun. Okay, reptilius infected, conservative, religious fanatics. He will use them to kill you if you do not support him. Trump is that way. Remember, his celestial identity resembled the one of Hitler. This is why I wrote the quatrain, and you read the quatrain 5 years ago. I don't know what to tell you. You see. I move on. What else do we have here? AOC talks death threat and war paint as Vanity Fair's new cover star. Again, death news. I don't care if you like AOC or if you hate her. I don't give a damn. I think she's a Democrat, I believe. Okay, doesn't matter. Perceive my message. She is Vanity Fair, and all she talk about is death threat. During this window, the reality comes to light because the reptilius reign supreme on earth. And here I am to make you aware of those nasty entities that are constantly bombarding you for good or evil right here in your heads. What else do we have? With husband's remarks, Trump has sealed his fate with women. Again, that is a wake-up call. You have to be careful. When you see Trump on stage, he's a very emotional, he's a very intense man, and he talks. He's a Gemini. He's talking, he repeats himself. He's a Gemini. Okay, we understand that. Again, leave me alone with your political view. Understand what I'm trying to say here? I'm an astrologer. Got it? All right. Okay, that is for the morons. There's plenty of them. No as much of my supporters. God, thanks for that. Guess I would have hanged myself already if I was dealing with only morons like that. Oh my gosh, it's unbelievable how much I'm trying to help those idiots, and they won't get it because you can't fix idiocy. What I'm trying to say is, if you're not careful of what you say, of what you do during those cosmic winds, you're going to pay the price. That's why I wrote Wake Up Call. The same thing with, again, Mr. Rush Limbaugh many years ago, who says that that woman was a slut. I don't know how many of you were listening to that show. And the reason why he didn't lose his job like millions of other people is because he paid $400 million. He was paid $400 million a year for a contractor to speak on radio. He's a big guy, and he's a friend of the president, so he can get away with murder. I ain't gonna beat you. If you catch COVID-19, my friend, oh, you're not gonna get the top of the cream of the doctors to get you back on your feet and lead the country. You're gonna die if you are his age or my age. And that's the sad reality. This is why some of these people were close to him had to spend a week with a ventilator. That's the fact. You can't deny it. It's there. But people, emotions are always on the way. Remember the rules. In the eternal battle between powerful emotions like fear, love, greed, hate, goodness what, logic always goes through the window. Okay, so Trump was all excited. He had all this bunch of people boosting his ego, and he started to talk, and he doesn't think, and he repeats himself, and he hangs himself. And always says, Trump will always be his worst enemy, and he will end up hanging on himself with his own words because he talks too much and he does not know how to control his very passionate nature. So when you do this during a negative cosmic paradigm, because he was under his negative cosmic paradigm when he talked too much, then now that's going to follow him and ain't going to help him for his re-election. So Mr. President, maybe you should have Dr. Thierry as a guide, so this way you get re-elected. And so was Hitler. God thinks I was not alive during those days because you all speak English. Now, you wouldn't speak English if I was Hitler, private astrologer, because the first thing I would have said to him, Hitler, oh my gosh, stop everywhere, to stop Russia, stop France, stop everywhere, concentrate on England. I would have said, why? Because your tail of the dragon is in Capricorn. Hitler, this means that England is a Capricorn country. And wherever the tail of the dragon is, that's where the end is coming. So you need to focus there. Once you got England, you're going to be the king of the entire European country, and then you'll be able to take on America and Russia. But God thinks I was not born, because he used astrologers, but his astrology was so good that they end up being killed because they didn't know what they were doing. All right, move on. What else do we have? Car chase preceded police shooting that killed Marcel Steinert. Video shows, again, police secret to light. New York PD warning ultra rich to brace for election chaos, armed guards ready. Again, you know what? The election will be decisive. It'll be Biden. Well past. There'll be no. But again, those people cannot understand you've lost. You cannot understand that you need to give the power now to people who have a brain, the people that are no racist, people that want unified United States, people that want to make other people who have too much money and too much time pay their due. Okay, and that is a normal thing because there's so many people out there who cannot even afford insurance. Imagine if you get cancer like I did. Well, I got lucky. I got cancer, but you would lose your house unless you're very wealthy, of course. If you're very wealthy, no problem. Okay, you're going to have the best doctors and you're going to pay for it. Okay, but if you don't have any money or if you don't have any insurance, you're going to die. You're going to die. This is how it is. It's America. It's capitalism. Money first, you last. Maybe this has to change. Remember the age of Aquarius. Aquarius is all about unification, universal love, humanitarianism. And you have those hardcore conservative out there who don't want to move forward. You can go backwards. There is no future in the past of humanity, my friend. We're moving towards the age of unification, towards the age of Aquarius, toward the humanitarianism, toward one world government. And hopefully when that happens, this leader will be cosmic conscious. Maybe I should run for president. I can't. I'm French and I wouldn't. I don't like this type of headaches. You know, I'm a Pisces. I want to go fishing. I'm going to have a good time. Life is too precious and life goes much too fast, my friend, to mess around with politics and having your ego making your life misery. Why Trump did that, I don't know. He had all the money in the world. He was screwing everything and everybody since the get-go, and he get away with it. That's why he must maintain power, because once he's out of the White House, oh my God, he might have to run to Africa or Russia or Jim Kung, his friends. Love relationship. Oh my gosh, I hope his plan works. We see. It's not gonna be good for him, that's for sure. All right. Unusual molecule found in atmosphere on Saturn, Moon, Titan. Again, this is so deceptive. How the hell is that going to help you? What if, instead of telling you about those windows and the reptilians and making predictions on radio, which are obvious about terrorism, okay, my latest one, what if I was telling you, like any other scientist, that the stars are nothing else than dead rock hanging out there? And what if I tell you we're going to discover another planet to another black hole, or make up any stories? So you give me your money. You give me your money so I can send my rich colleague on the way to the moon, okay, or on the space station, so they can give a good look to Mother Earth from distance. My friend, when will you realize that the infected religious and scientific matrix are well organized, they have a hell of a lot of money, they have access to all the media, and they shut and mute Dr. Cherry? Again, this is why you're here, all right? To hear the undiluted, vexing truth. Excuse me. So, excuse me, my throat. Again, there is a lot of interesting information in that newsletter. So be ready, okay? This COVID-19 is very serious. I check on the dates. We have to go all the way to May 2022 to have a normal life. But remember, at the same time, the nasty tail of the dragon, or the evil dance of the reptilius, is about to start for a few months. So it's going to be very interesting. That's why you should put your hand to my 2021 Nostradamus Dragon forecast and be prepared. Regardless of what we're going to go through, remember the light, the Draconis, and God himself will not allow all these children to die just because the reptilians are evil. It's going to be in charge of the world for a few months. Okay, we'll make it through. We'll make it through. So have faith, be positive, regardless of what I just said to you. Be prepared, because that's what a prophet does. Okay, a real modern prophet does warn you. And until then, my friend, you know what? God bless you. Be careful. Wear your mask. Keep your distance. Wash your hand. The entire deal. Okay. And don't start a war with an idiot out there. It's no worse for you to get stabbed or to die because a reptilian infected person happens to be right in front of you. You know, just get away from that person. These people stinks. They're animals. They are reptilians infected. They cannot help to be negative in every way, shape, or form. And you're not. Be positive. Just move on. Be smart. All right. Until then, my good friend, God bless all of you. And we'll see you again. Bye-bye.